expand it, we'll be getting alternative series. So 1 minus x by factorial 1 plus x square by factorial 2 minus x cube by factorial 3 plus etc. etc. So this is nothing but the expansion of this formula.
Understands.
You can use this formula, okay, in near future. That's what. Next one is summing over. Have you copied, all of you? Copied. Okay, summing over n vary from 1 to infinity, x power n by n. To expand it, you'll be getting x plus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 plus etc. So this series can be written as minus of log 1 minus x. Minus of log 1 minus x. The expansion of that log 1 minus x, okay, minus log 1 minus x, nothing but x plus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 plus etc. That is nothing but n varying from 1 to infinity, x power n by n.
So, but how did this minus came, like the minus of log 1?
Yes.
This one, yes, sir.
The reason is actually, if you can write this log of 1 minus x as minus of, within the bracket, x plus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3, etc. I'm taking minus, multiplying both sides minus, will be getting this one. So you know what is Taylor series of the functions of single variable? You know Taylor series for functions of single variable? You have any idea? No idea. If you expand, use the Taylor series for log 1 minus x. Okay, if you use the Taylor series for log 1 minus x, you'll be getting minus is a common factor. Within the bracket, you get x plus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3, etc. That's the reason. Sorry, I can write log of 1 minus x is equal to minus of, okay, common bracket, put it here, x plus x square by 2
Okay,
x cube by 3, etc. So multiply both sides minus, I am getting this expression. Is it okay? Okay, you can use the Taylor's expansion.
Yes.
Results can be used to attack your Z transform problems. So you should keep it in your mind, all these formulas. Of course, the definition, Z transform, okay, the Z transform is defined as Z of, Z is operator. So Z transform of Un is equal to n varying from 0 to infinity, Un Z power minus 1. Okay, so keep it in mind, all the stuff. Now, some standard Z transform. So we are going to study some standard Z transform. Okay, first one, Z transform of A power n. So I can prove it.
Sorry, sir, you are not allowed.
That should be equal to Z by Z minus A. Okay, Z transform of A power n. A is positive or negative,
Please
doesn't matter.
step outside the
So
mic.
Z transform of A power n equal to
Got recruited
Z
yesterday.
by Z minus A.
Bro, I was joking, I was
Okay.
joking.
Show up today
So
for
far.
Just
training.
go.
So Z transform of A power n. I'm starting with the left hand side.
Have a good day.
Transform of A power n. Okay, you can have that summation.
I was joking, dude. I was joking. Don't take it.
Is anyone,
So what are the quantities
is someone training
inside the
right
Z
now?
transforms that
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You're so low.
multiply by
Alright,
Z power minus
come back
n
later.
and summing over n. That's
Bro,
the definition
I
of
can't hear
Z
you.
transform.
Okay, please
Now,
speak louder.
within that operator Z un, and you put it here and multiply by Z power minus n.
Okay, just
summing over
type.
n from 0 to
Huh? Excuse
infinity.
me?
That's the definition. So here,
Type.
instead of un, I have
I
an.
can't hear you,
So
bro.
instead of un, I have an. Therefore, I'm putting that an, not an, a power n, and multiply by z power minus n. I'm using the definition, summing over n varying from 0 to infinity. It's a clear or not? Your un is equal to an, so I can put instead of un,
Yes, sir.
an. Okay, I multiply z power minus n, summing over n varying from 0 to infinity. I can write this as a by z whole power n. You agree with me? So a by z whole power n. I can take that n is a common power for both. Okay, a by z whole power n. You expand it. putting n equal to 0, you get 1. Something for
Can you
0,
hear me
always
right
1.
now?
Something for 0,
Yeah, I
always
can hear
1.
you. Bro,
And
you
n
can
equal
take
to
your
1,
car
we
with
have
you.
a by z.
I can take my car?
N equal to 2,
Yeah.
a is at whole
And
power
park
Okay,
it in
okay.
the warehouse.
I'm just adapting.
whole cube plus
I don't
etc.
know a lot of things.
So this
Yeah,
can
park
be
it in the
written as,
warehouse.
this can be written as
Thanks.
1 plus x square etc. That is nothing but 1 minus x whole power minus 1. I'm treating a by z as a x. So a by z as a x. So 1 plus x square plus x cube. I can write 1 minus x whole power minus 1. That is 1 minus a by z whole power minus 1. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm using the formula. Okay, the first formula I'm using. I mean the first formula. I define x equal to a by z. So 1 minus a by z whole power minus 1. So you can take that stack, the denominator, so 1 by 1 minus a by z. So cross multiply z and take the numerator that is z. You'll be getting z by z minus a. Z by z minus a. You say that is capital A. Of course, this is valid provided this expansion can be put in the compact form. That this is mod z is, of course, this mod z, the mod of a by z should be less than 1. So mod of a by z should be less than 1. So mod of a by mod of z less than 1. So mod of a less than or equal to less than mod of z. Therefore mod of z greater than mod of a. This is called the region of convergence for this series. Okay, region of convergence for the z transformers. Okay, for the mod z greater than mod a, generally it is possible to write in this form. Understand? Any clarifications? That is mod of, you take any one of the terms a by z, the mod of a by z should be less than 1. So mod of a by b, but mod of a by mod of b, that is mod of a by mod of z less than 1. Cross to the minus z. Here you have mod of a less than mod of z, that is mod of a is greater than mod of b. This condition is needed to write this series as in the compact form. Copy down. So this is something very important for us. So z transform of a power n is equal to z by z minus a. This is called the region of convergence. This is called the region of the condition for region of convergence is 1. Okay, if you take a circle, center at the origin, outside that circle of center origin, radius a, outside that this circle, the series converges. The z transform will be getting finite values for any values of z. That's the meaning of this. That's a region of convergence. Okay. Second one. Okay. So z transform of a power is equal to z by a minus 1. Keep it in mind. Okay. Then z transform of 1. Z transform of 1 should be z by z minus 1. So this can be proved directly. Okay. Or use the previous result. So we know that proof for this. We know that z transform of a power n is equal to z by z minus a. That result here I'm using. Okay, z transform of a power n is equal to z by z minus a. By putting a is equal to 1 in this expression, okay. So z of 1, because 1 power n 1. So z of 1 is equal to z minus wherever a I am putting a is equal to 1. Therefore z by z minus 1. Here the region of convergence is equal to mod of z greater than 1. Because your 1 is equal to positive value, so you will take a modulus, you should be getting 1. The region of convergence should be mod of z greater than 1. Therefore, z transform of 1 should be z by z minus 1. Is it clear or not? Any doubt? I am putting a is equal to 1 the previous result, I am getting the z transform of 1. That should be z by z minus 1. Or you can directly also apply. Okay, find out the z transform of 1. By putting a is equal to 1 here, expand it, a is equal to 1, you have 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by z whole square plus 1 by z whole cube, etc. That can be written 1 minus 1 by z whole power minus 1. So that is 1 minus 1 by z. Simplify, you will be getting z minus z minus 1. Okay? Know the result, z is equal to a is equal to 1, or you can directly putting a is equal to 1. That is region of convergence is 1. Not clear.
Sir, it's
It
clear,
is.
sir. It's clear.
I'm just
Z
running
transform
around.
What?
of -1 whole power n.
Can you
I
give
want
me
to get
training?
the previous cases
No,
1 power
actually right now
n
no
same
training
as 1.
official, so I
But
think you
here
can try.
-1 whole power n. I want to
I can
find
come
out
back later.
Z transform of -1 whole power
Sorry?
n. So that is equal
I
to
can
Z
come
by Z
back
plus
later,
1.
right?
Yeah, you
I
can.
want to find Z
Okay,
transform of
okay.
-1 whole
Then
power n.
see you
That
later, bro.
should be
Yeah,
Z by
bye.
Z plus 1. We know that Z transform of A power n. We know that Z transform of A power n. That is equal to Z by Z minus A. We know that Z transform of A power n. That is equal to Z by Z minus A. Z transform of A power n is equal to Z by Z minus A. Here, you see A is equal to -1. So the previous system is A. Okay, the above. See, A is equal to -1. So if you put A is equal to -1, you get -1 whole power n. You get -1 whole power n. Z transform of -1 whole power n. That is same as Z by Z minus of -1. From here, I'm putting A is equal to -1. That's why getting Z by Z minus of -1 minus plus you'll be getting Z by Z plus 1. Therefore, Z transform of -1 whole power n is equal to Z by Z plus 1. Clear? You have to keep all the stuff in your mind. For example, shall I move to next result? Shall I move to next result? Copy?
Yes, sir.
All of you. Here also very important. I'm going to teach for 20 marks potentially you can expect questions from this. You may expect similar kind of questions for math examination. Also, I can teach whichever left for 10 marks. For 30 marks, I'm going to teach. So don't miss the class. You'll definitely score 30 marks. Okay, if you attend the remaining 8 periods. Okay? So take care. And don't miss. Okay. Next one. The Z transform of n power p. Z transform of n power p. P is a very positive integer. P being a positive integer. So Z transform of Z power p is equal to minus Z d by dz of Z transform of n power p minus 1. Z transform of n power p is equal to minus Z d by dz Z transform of n power p minus 1. Okay, n power p minus 1. N being a positive integer. N being a positive integer. Okay, n being a positive integer. Okay. This result, we keep it in mind. The proof is not necessary for us because it will be very lengthy, but we won't ask any proof. We will ask you to use that result to attack the problem. So Z transform of n power p is equal to minus Z d by dz Z transform of n power p minus 1. Okay, d by dz Z transform of n power p minus 1. N being a positive integer. Say the result p. Okay. For particular case we can discuss. Okay. In particular, taking p is equal to 1. In particular, taking p is equal to 1 in the above, we get, then what is that? Z transform of n. Because n power 1 is n. So Z transform of n is equal to minus Z d by dz minus Z d by dz. Okay, putting p is equal to 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. So something power 0 should be 1. That's why I'm writing 1. Something power 0 because I'm putting p is equal to 1 on both sides. So here left hand side is Z of n, right hand side is n power 0, so that should be 1. So minus Z d by dz Z transform of 1. But Z transform of 1 already you know. What is Z transform of 1? Z by Z minus 1. You use that result here, that is minus Z d by dz instead of Z transform of 1, I can use that expression for that. That should be z by z minus 1. Z by z minus 1. You have that u by v. You find the derivative u by v. That is, this is numerator is u, denominator is v. So, e square into v. Numerator is e square. Numerator is v. We need to differentiate that u 1 minus you keep that u as such, differentiate v. That should be 1. So, you simplify that this lower bracket term, you get minus 1 by z minus square. Of course, the other minus z in front of that. So, simplify, you will be getting z transform of n is equal to z by z minus 1 whole square. Whole square. Therefore, z transform of n is equal to z by z minus 1 whole square. Please keep that result also in your mind. Z transform of n is equal to z by z minus 1 whole square. Copy. Copy.
What?
No. What?
Definitely. So some of the questions will be asked.
Hello?
Today. Of
Yeah.
course, what have I covered? Okay. Definitely. What are the homework I given? Last 6 modules. You can expect in the final examination.
Bro, I know.
Whatever I covered, whatever I worked out during my lecture, whatever problems I given as a homework, they familiar all those things. Definitely score good mark, excellent mark. Okay, so z of n z by z minus 1 whole square. Now, I want to find what is z of n square. For that, putting this result p is equal to 2. So, then putting p is equal to 0, 2, z of n square is equal to minus z, d by z, d by dz, z of putting p is equal to 2, you have n power 2 minus 1, that is n, z transform of n, z transform of n, okay, that is minus z, d by dz of, you know what is z transform of n, the previous result, that should be z by z minus 1 whole square. So minus z, d by dz, z by z minus 1 whole square. You find the derivative of this one, you take that u is equal to z and v is equal to z minus whole square, apply that to u by v, differential of u by v, you will be getting that will, after simplification, do the derivative and multiply the minus z, you will be getting z transform of n square is equal to z square plus z by z minus 1 whole cube. The previous one is z by z minus 1 whole square. Here z transform of n square is equal to z square plus z by z minus 1 whole cube. Copy it. Copy it or not? Z square plus z by z minus 1 whole cube. Copy it or not? Shall I go to the next topic? These results is helpful in the matter problem. Next problem. Derivative property of z transform. Okay? Derivative property of z transform. First property, linear property. If un and dn are defined for discrete values, n raised to 0 un, dn are defined for discrete values, and a and b are constant. A and b are constant. Then, z transform of so take the key outside, okay, take the top of this down, let R A plus or minus D into the top of are still possible. Okay? So, if the u of z is equal to z transform of en, that is, by definition, summing over n from 0 to un z or minus n. If u of z that is un z or minus n, then z transform of a power minus n secondly, z transform of a power n into un is equal to u of z prime. Z transform of a power n u of z prime. Okay, so I'm going to put okay. So by definition, u of z transform n very from un z or minus z by z transform of un. Okay, so that is z transform un is equal to summing over n varying from 0 to infinity un z or minus n. But also to find z transform of a power minus n, that is here log un multiplied by z power minus n summing over n varying from 0 we have that a power minus n d power n. We have to take this together and we are a power n and multiply by z power minus n and summing over n then vary from 0 to infinity. You understand this line? You understand this line? All of you. No one.
Yes.
Okay, I can write un plus factor and clubbing at the a and z, okay, and to take the power of the common, so a z whole power minus n, un a z whole power minus n. Okay, so un a z and clubbing at the a and z together, like a z whole power minus n. Okay, so let's just say z transform of a power minus n un. So here that the right is wrong. Here z power minus n here that is that a is whole power minus n. That's why the right u of
This process near the arena. There are test passes in the arena.
Clear? Okay?
Not
That
runway.
is the transform of a power minus n here. Nothing but no one is the transform of un. So that this is whatever is set is set. Set is
Temple.
no one is the transform of un. Get in the transform of a power minus n un. So replace whatever is set is set.
SASD back to the stopper.
Z transform a power minus n un is okay. U of next one is the Z transform of a power n. Z transform of a power n un. Z transform of a power n un. That is equal to summing over n varying from 0 to infinity a power n. Okay, so you put that expression a power n to un within that summation multiplied by z power minus n. Z transform of this expression to the you put this expression then multiply by z power minus n summing over the un. So I'm putting that separate factor by clubbing that a to z. I can set by a whole power minus. Is it okay? You understand this line? We take that a power n numerator, you get a power minus n. So take minus n as a common power. So un that is set by by a whole power minus 1. Wherever z, yeah, z by a, that's why you can write g of z
Wait,
by
wait,
a.
wait, 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 wait.
Wherever z, have
Yeah, they are for some question.
g of
Yeah. Go back.
z transform of real
One guy is almost dead. Just get this. Drop it.
Also minus n, therefore u of z by a. So that is z transform a power n into n. You can write u of z is replaced by z by z minus a. Excuse me, you have any problem? You have any problem? Don't discuss problem. Not only you.
Go to the gate, go to the gate.
Yesterday evening only they informed. Last night I prepared. Don't think. Just like that I prepared. The geometric factor a power minus 10.
Guys, they're shooting it.
1020.
We are saying.
Not gate.
10-4 on the way.
The mod is a graph of function u suffix n. I said that un. I said that un. Okay, un or a power minus k. The suffix should be n or the power should be k. So a power minus k and mod n is a what? Graph of the function okay. So based on the damping rule, we'll get the following results. Based on the damping rule, we'll get the following results. Okay, here are the two results that I can explain.
You guys out of the north.
Effect of a power n is n. E is effect by effect minus a whole time. Damping rule. This is the following rule. First one is effect of a power n into n. Okay.
They are moving to the left hill.
You know that z transform of n, that should be z by z minus 1 whole square. You know that z transform of n equal to z by z minus 1 whole square. That should be a thing. Okay. Here z transform of n is equal to z by z minus 1 whole square. So I'm using that result. So that's why I'm writing it here. Okay.
They are going to the tunnel.
A power n into n. A power n into n. A power n into n by using the previous result, that is z transform of n. So you know that the rule. What is the rule? What is the z transform of n? Z by z minus 1 whole square. So you to get your
We lost the visual. Everyone back to the base.
into un, z transform of a power n u power u into u power n. You replace wherever z in the z transform of un, z by a. So I am replacing z by z minus a. Okay, so in this result, wherever z there, I am replacing z by z minus a. We do that, so z is p plus by z minus a. Here also z is p plus by z minus a minus 1 whole square. Okay, that so z by a. So take LCM. So z minus a. 1 by a square is a common factor. Okay, take it outside. Okay, here whole square is there. And a cancel. Take that remaining a numerator. You'll be getting z transform of a power n into n. Z transform of a power n into n is equal to a into z by z minus a whole square. Any clarifications?
I have a trespass in base in a orange car hatchback.
That is me, that is me.
You have a bad car, my friend. Let me just say that.
I know it kind of sucks.
From this result, what is the result? This one, z transform of n power t equal to minus z, 3 by dz, z transform of n power t minus 5 by putting n equal to 1. So you should have all the results in your mind. Then you can attack the problem. Clear? Copy. Second result I need homework. Z transform of a power n z square. Sorry, this should be n square, not n z square. Correct it. N square. It should be n, not z. A power n into n square. A power n into n square. Please correct it. All of you. Did you correct it?
Where, sir? Where, sir?
Here, z transform of a power n.
Washing Range
Instead
Rover.
of z, I have to put n square.
Okay, sir.
So z transform of a power n,
Which
n square should be equal to a into z square plus a z by z minus a whole cube. Proof is not necessary, just keep that result in your mind. Proof is not necessary.
Sir, I still didn't get where to like make a change.
Which one?
Who's in the
So
Range
second
Rover?
one. So second one. The one that you said that you have to make a
Instead of
step
z
change.
square, put n square.
Instead of z
Yeah,
square,
in
you
the solution
replace
as well.
n square by n square. Instead of z, you put n. So n square.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Here we have n. Here we have n square. N square. So you should have z transform should be this one. Proof is not necessary, but you can prove it. It's not a big thing. Only summation. Algebra we have to see, not integration. Calculus.
Wait,
Algebra
substance.
Let's see.
to attack
But-
this to prove this property.
Touch me up as well.
Okay. So keep all the results in your mind.
Sure.
So we are going to use all the results later to attack the problem. The problem can be done in next class because it's a lengthy problem. It's a start I cannot complete within the time. So we'll continue next class to attacking
Sir,
the problem.
can you just scroll up, sir, for 1 minute?
Hi, babe.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, babe.
So far, do you have any clarification?
Sir,
Yes, yes.
sir, FAT exam will be conducted in online mode.
No. Only 1 week is online class.
Okay,
You
okay,
have to
sir.
come for that lab examination. Physical, you have to present.
Okay, okay, sir.
That's why
Okay,
1
sir.
week only for that online class. For 1 week. Sure. Because question paper, everything ready. Whatever I covered, whatever I given as a homework, whatever I taught in the class, whatever you have that, what are that, tutor sheets, you work it out, you will definitely score center. Whatever I am going to cover that 20 marks for Z transform and the portion which I have not covered for 10 marks which I am going to teach also. 30 marks, the remaining days. You are good at this module and what I am going to say, okay, the problems. If you are good at those, you get 30 marks. From today onwards, you will definitely score 30 marks.
Hi, babe.
Okay, I'll stop it here. We will continue because if you start the problem, it takes long time. Better, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow. The problem is very lengthy problem. You have any clarification, any doubts so far? Don't leave any of the problems which I taught in the class. Also, whatever problem I given as a homework, don't leave. Try to work it out. At least you have to get that how to work, get the answer from other friends. Okay? Definitely you score good marks in the fact. You get it. Then I take take utterance.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's my bad. Sorry. Because in India we don't have this. We drive on the this side of the road. That's the problem. But
Yeah.
it's sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Hey, can you actually show me the arena? I haven't seen.
No.
What?
No, no. Can't see.
Why? Why no?
Man, I don't understand beta.
Okay.
Can you write, please?
What?
Write.
Yes. What do you want here?
Can you write this left eye? This line.
Left eye. Yeah, I see. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Normally gate is. Can you get? Wait. Okay. I'm checking gates.
Okay.
Do you wait here? Okay. I'm coming 10 minutes later, okay? Thanks. I take this car. Can you, Ron, can you park this car, okay?
Yeah, sure.
is nothing but a dielectric that we can say. Okay, so all these dielectrics are insulators. He's saying that all these dielectrics are insulators. Suppose if this is a dielectric, okay, so this is a dielectric circle, it is there means, so at the outside you will be seeing this is nothing but the insulator. Okay, this is a dielectric. All these dielectrics are insulators. Okay, so where we use insulators, where we use the dielectrics, that we have to know. Okay, so see here, all the dielectric materials are insulators. Here, the difference between the dielectric and insulators lie in their application. That we will see that the application of where we use these dielectrics. So we are seeing that many functions, non-conducting materials used to provide electrical insulation. They are called insulator. On the other hand, the main function of non-conducting material is to store electric charge. You have to check this electric charge and you have to check this electric insulation. Okay, then they are called as a dielectric. These electric charges, store the electric charges, they are called dielectric. Therefore, the study of dielectric is nothing but study of insulator. Okay, so actually we used to use this dielectric where the energy is, we know the capacitance. It will be storing the charges at positive charges, it will be there at here, and the negative charges will be storing at here. Correct. So he is saying the same thing. The non-conducting materials is to store electric charges. Okay, there you take, it's having one at the other side, it will be having positive charges, and maybe another opposite side we are having negative charges. Storing of charges, that we used to say that material is a dielectric material. Whereas if it comes for these insulators, you see that it's for the insulation. So you can see that in the current wise, big current wise at the outside, there is a ceramic, it will be coated with the ceramic, so for the protection purpose. Okay, so those are called insulators. Okay, those are called insulators. You can see on the electric poles, big electric poles, they used to show some ceramic type of things will be there on the poles, actually brown color. You see that, so some big insulators will be there, like a wheel shape, like this shape they used to show for us. So connection between at the edges, that you can see this type of insulator that you used to see. That is the application that we can say that insulator, and we used to for the capacitor in the MOSFET, that we used to use this dielectric, or we can use this as a capacitor also. Okay, why? Because see this here, store electric charges that we are seeing in the capacitance of the MOSFET, how we have done. Okay, so next, what is this dielectric material actually? So dielectric materials are having, it's a non-metallic that we know, it's having a high resistivity and having an energy band gap of 3 electron volts, which is having more than 3 electron volts. This energy gap all will be coming inside of these dielectric materials only. They have very large energy gap, more than 3 electron volts, all comes in this energy band, comes in this dielectric materials. So less than this, we can say that it behaves like a semiconductor. All the electrons in the dielectric materials are slightly going to be parent nucleus that we are having. Okay, so they are not having any free electrons. They are slightly bound to this nucleus that we already know in the previous first classes. We have seen there is some nucleus and there is some outermost electrons will be there, and 3 electrons will be there rotating at the outer surfaces that we have seen. There are no free electrons to carry the current. The electric conductivity of the dielectric is very low. So we are saying, sir, that is a dielectric actually. Then why you are talking about again dielectric conductivity? So obviously that if what happens, the conductivity will be there, but if you give more amount of voltage, instead of giving 1 volt, if you give 1000 volts, what happens? There will be conductivity will be flowing. So we can also say that at the time, so there is very low amount of conductivity will be there. So at this situation that we used to say this sentence actually. Okay. So is it okay? Fine, Mohammed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, coming to the next topic that we are seeing, the basic definition, that electric dipole. A system consisting of 2 equal and opposite charges. We know the capacitors we are having opposite charges separated by a distance d is called something called a dipole. This is a positive charge and negative charge. The distance between these two we used to call as a electric dipole. Remember this, that we used to concentrate on this dipole all the time actually. So it's a difference between these 2 charges that we are calling a distance, that we used to say that separated by this distance, and these are the 2 poles that we are having, positive and negative charges that we are having, the 2 poles, the difference between them. Okay, so we call it as electric dipole. Okay, so dipole movement Okay, it's a product of that we are having the magnitude of the charge and the difference between or the distance between the charges. We used to call it as a dipole moment that we used to call. Its charge is nothing but the coulomb. Its units is where d is the distance. It is in terms of meters. So it's coulomb meter. Its units will be. And what the permittivity of this material is, it represents the dielectric property of the medium actually, the permittivity. Its unit also we know that it's farad per meter that we are having. If you see the permittivity of the air or a vacuum, we can say that epsilon naught is equal to 8.8584 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter. Okay, so these are the permittivity of the vacuum that we are having, and the dipole momentum we used to mention with the mu, it is nothing but Q into D. Okay, please remember all these definitions only that we are having.
What?
Okay, what is the dielectric constant? Is nothing but represented as epsilon r. Its
Okay.
characteristics of the material is determined by its dielectric constant. It is a measure of the polarization in the dielectrics. Okay, so what is this polarization? Let me see in the next slide. So what is the polarization? So now we must know what is the definition of this dielectric constant is nothing but absolute permittivity by the permittivity of the free space that we know the previous slide that we have seen 8.884 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad per meter square matrix we have written. Okay, there's a dielectric constant that we are having that is nothing but epsilon by epsilon naught also that we can mention. Okay, since the dielectric constant is a ratio of same quantity, it is the dimensionless quantity and it has no units. That's the units of this and this, but both will be cancelled off. So we get it's a unitless that we can say. The value of the epsilon r is equal to 1 for the air or a vacuum, or a dielectric constant is also called as relative permittivity also we can call it. Okay, dielectric constant we also call it as relative
Hey,
permittivity.
wrong.
Yes. So what is this polarization?
Hey.
You can see that the
Have you
polarization.
Discord?
So
What?
there is a separation of two parallel plates that we are seeing. Here there is some
Sorry?
positive charge is
Okay,
there,
you
negative
Discord.
charge is there.
Yeah,
We are
yeah.
not applied
Okay,
any bias at here. Okay, any bias
Open
at
your
all.
Discord, National
So at
Guard.
that time we
Okay,
can see there's dipoles
Okay.
that we are seeing
go
at here. There may be a random plus or
FZ
plus is at
maps.
here or minus is at here.
Okay.
There may be a plus is at here. Okay,
Go
or minus
inside
is at
FZ
here.
maps.
Or maybe
Okay.
it's own wish, but why? Because we are not applied any force,
And
any
then-
fields that we are not
Now
applied
we
for
can
this.
read.
So once you started applying force or you're applying some fields that you are applied, immediately it will be change that dipole
third
moment. See
picture.
that negative will be at this
Okay.
side of this
Oh,
positive charge.
so
This positive will
yeah,
be
yeah.
at the
Just a
side of
minute.
the
I'll just
negative
check.
charge.
I'll just
It
check.
will
I'll
be
just
clear.
check and.
It's not
Okay.
only
Let
one
you check.
dipole will be placed inside of this dielectric slab. There will be a many number of dipoles will be placed. It will be like this. So it will be totally opposite directions. It will be moved inside of this dipole that we have. The displacement of this electric charge produces a local dipole. These are called local dipoles throughout the dielectric. Throughout the dielectric. Now the dielectric is said to be polarized. We used to call this as polarized when they are in this way. Negative in this direction, positive is in this direction. We call it as a polarized or not. Okay.
Look
If
at
it is plus,
N runway.
it is there in this direction,
Did
then
you
there is
see?
no field, so it is not a polarized one. Okay.
Ferron?
Like this, we have
Are you there?
to read about this polarization inside of this. Okay, in the dielectric.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So, what is the definition? The
Look at this
process
picture.
of
Okay.
producing electrical
N
dipoles
runway.
inside of the
Did you see? Did you
dielectric
see?
by the application of
Yes.
the external
But
field
I
that
can't
we
see
are
there
having.
any.
We call
in the right
polarization in the
side,
dielectric. That's what we have learned in the theory part.
red
Again,
circle.
we have to write in terms of definition. We have to put
Okay.
it.
I'll ask
So
you. Wait. There's a guy
polarizability
who's
is nothing
standing
but the proportional
on the
constant. I can say that.
near building at the
Okay,
north,
it's
near the
nothing but the
north side of the
proportional
site.
constant. It is found at the
NPC.
average dipole momentum. This bar
Sarah
is
is here.
mentioned is nothing but the average dipole
No.
momentum
Red circle.
of the system. Previously, we have seen
Wait a
dipole
minute.
moment is nothing but the mu. It was
Okay,
written.
there's
Now
a
it was
guy.
written bar is
Okay, I
there.
just
It's nothing but average dipole moment and is proportional to this electric field. And we can also write that by removing this proportional, it is nothing but
Your
we are
voice
writing as
is
alpha times of electric field at
coming
here.
and
This
going.
alpha
I
is
haven't
nothing but
sent you.
polarizability. Okay, it's nothing but the ratio of dipole moment by the electric field that we have. This is the polarizability that we are writing. It's defined as the ratio of mobility and also the
NPC
electric field.
at
Its
not
units will be
runway.
farad
Near the,
meter
yes.
square. Okay, please remember
Not
this
runway. Okay.
definition also.
Near
Okay.
that.
So next,
Yes, red
polarization
circle.
vector. So it's nothing but, so it's a combination of these the electrons,
SASG,
that is
please
the
come
number
to the
of
SASG
atoms
chopper.
per unit volume, and mu is
Red
average
circle is
dipole momentum per atom. So then we can write it as polarization
course.
vector is equal to n
okay.
into
I'll just
mu
go check it
bar.
out.
We know that what is mu
Thank you.
bar, and
You're
its
welcome.
unit is coulomb per meter square, where n is nothing but 1 by meter cube. We have to write here, and we know that here it is mobility, what we are having units for this. Okay. This is nothing but polarization vector. So where this electric displacement vector is used to analyze this electrostatic field in the dielectric. Okay. So what are the dielectric that we are having? For that, any displacement it is happening due to this electrical observation, that when you are giving some electric field, so there is a displacement will be there.
Is
So
there
we used to
any
analyze
SASG
this
on the
field
radio?
inside of the presence of the electric, so that we used to write it as the displacement is
Please
equal
come to the
epsilon
SASG
into
chopper. We are
electric field,
leaving.
where epsilon is nothing but epsilon naught into epsilon r, and also we can write it as epsilon naught
Yes,
into
do it.
electric field plus
SASG on the way.
polarization. And we can write this equation by equating these two, both the equation, that if we equate this both the equations, so we can write that polarization is finally is epsilon naught into epsilon naught into electric field minus of epsilon naught into electric. So this is nothing but the finally that we are writing here is the polarization, and this is nothing but the displacement vector that we are writing. What's your 1020 Phantom? And we can say that the polarization
basketball court.
by electric field is nothing but epsilon naught into epsilon minus 1. So it comes from this numericals. When you solve this at that time, it will be useful based on the polarization in the electric field and also the displacement also. So what is this electrical susceptibility? It is proportional to applied electric field strength. We used to say that proportional to the applied electric field. At that time, you can see that there is a polarization is nothing but epsilon naught into E that we have written, and again that we are having is nothing but epsilon naught into chi. It's nothing but called a chi into E electric field. So we can see that where chi is the scalar constant, and it is known as electrical susceptibility, that we can mention it as chi is nothing but polarization by epsilon naught into E, and just now we have seen what is the polarization, and from that we have derived this chi. So we can see that these both will cancel out, we will have with epsilon naught minus 1. This is the electrical susceptibility that we can identify by this dielectric. So what is this dielectric breakdown? So suppose I said just now that if you are applying dielectric breakdown, if you are applying more amount of electric field, what happens? This capacitance will start breaking. So there is some huge amount of current will be flowing inside of this. Okay. So what it is written here, when a strength of the electric field is applied to a dielectric exceeds a critical value. So we are applying a small voltage, that is okay, fine. We are applying more and more voltages.
Can you come back, please?
Current will flow.
Come back to the base.
There is a dielectric losses will be happening inside of that. So dielectric, everyone requires a dielectric actually.
No, Douglas.
So losses must be not there actually inside of that. But it must behave like a dielectric only. So to reduce those losses, we have to maintain proper electric
Ben is with me, Ben is
we
with
have to
me.
reduce the voltage. The dielectric losses in the
I just landed in our spot.
Obviously, it is flowing the current rate. It behaves like a conductor. Is known as the dielectric breakdown. So what is this dielectric strength? Is nothing but the ratio of the breakdown by thickness of the dielectric. So we have to maintain proper thickness of this dielectric to get this breakdown. Okay. In particular application, the failure or a breakdown of a dielectric material is of great concern.
APC did not deploy it.
Different mechanisms by which dielectric breakdown takes. that we will see that what are the
You guys
different
have a next
breakdowns of
APC
mechanism
there or
that
no?
it will be breaking it through.
No APC.
So you can see that intrinsic
I can
breakdown and avalanche breakdown. We already know what is avalanche
I'm already
breakdown in the
at local
semiconductors. You can see when you are applying huge amount of
For the
voltage
APC there.
at somewhere at 40 volts, the semiconductor gets breakdown. So it's also having huge amount of voltage when you apply for the for this capacitance. We are having huge amount of breakdown. It is happening at that time. Huge amount of current will flow, or maybe a thermal breakdown also, which will have huge amount of heat, or maybe chemical breakdown, or maybe a discharge breakdown. Instead of that batteries, there will be a discharge also will be happening instead of that. Okay, because of that also breakdown will be happen. Okay, and also we can see that defect breakdown. We have to design it properly to not to break the capacitance actually. So that's called defects inside of the capacitance. It's called defect breakdown also will be happening. These are different types of breakdown circuits we are having here, and let me see that some applications that of these dielectric materials. So almost all electrical device depend on the insulators, obviously, that we all require the insulators. Why? Because not to get any contact, otherwise there is some current will be flowing instead of that. Some leakage current will be started moving instead of that. So almost electrical devices depend on the insulating materials in some ways or other. Most of the failures in such device may be due to the defective insulators. So we always depend on the insulators, and also sometimes we are having some defects also will be having because of these insulators also. So suppose if you see the capacitor here is made up of conducting plate and a dielectric. The dielectric may be the air or solid insulating material or liquid, depending upon the function of the capacitance of the electronic circuitry that way. The capacitor is made of electrical utilities that we are having. The power capacitance use some tissue paper or polypropylene films as a dielectric material we used to take. So in the labs that what you are seeing, when you open that capacitances that we are having inside of that, so you will be seeing some papers only you will be seeing. It's a tissue paper only will be there inside of your labs what we are seeing till now. Okay. So that's he's saying that inside of there will be some tissue papers will be there. So electrolytic capacitance are produced into two forms, produced into two forms, that is wet and dry. Okay. So it's also available. Wet one is also available, electrolytic capacitance, and also dry is also available. So wet is nothing but the paper will be getting wet actually. Liquid type of thing will be there inside of it. The wet type consisting of an aluminum can hold an electrolyte solution of an ammonium borate or sodium phosphate. This electrolytic solution acts as a dielectric material. Okay, it's just a liquid, so it behaves like a dielectric. The electrolyte is made up of ammonium tetraborate and glycol is used as a dielectric material in the dry type electrolyte capacitance. These are the different type of capacitances that it can be used inside of this dielectric materials. Power and distribution transformers that we are seeing here, low voltage coils to ground, high voltage coils to low voltage coils, turn to turn, and layer to layer or coil to coil fluid. So you are seeing that. So these are the turn to turn means organic enamel paper glass tapes, or maybe layer to layer coils means craft paper glass fabrics and pressed boards. These are all layer to layer actually, and this is the fluid we are having. So fluid type of dielectric that we are having, mineral oils or air or nitrogen. These are comes inside of this. Okay, these are something called a coolant as an insulator that we can use this type of dielectrics that we are using here. Low voltage coil to ground, high voltage coil to low voltage coil, thicker radial spacers or tubes made up of press board, paper, glass, fabric, paper, filled plastic, laminations or proclanes. So these are different types of dielectric materials we used in high voltage coils, low voltage coils that we are using. So these are the different types of dielectric materials which are available in the market, and also they are presently also they are using these type of dielectrics actually. So coming to these ferro materials that we are having here, so it's common ferroelectric materials and properties of the ferroelectric materials in static fields and spontaneous polarization, and also causes of existence of Curie temperature, applications of ferroelectric materials, antiferro and piezoelectric materials, and pyroelectric materials that we are having in the ferroelectric materials actually. Okay, so coming to this ferroelectric materials, that we can see that the concept of ferroelectricity. So if you are not giving any electric fields you are applying, even though there will be some electric field will be generated inside of that at the time that we used to call that material as ferroelectricity. Okay, so you can see that external electric field is zero. We are not applied anything. Also some materials have materials. We think that there is some materialities. It's also a dielectric material only. Okay, there is some materials have them dipole. Just now we have seen the dipoles. The property of the materials is called, this property of material ferroelectricity. See, we are not applying electric field, still that we are having some electric field. Okay, so that type of property of material, that is ferroelectricity that we are having here. Okay, so it's having some spontaneous dielectric polarization that we are having, and electrical polarization in the absence of electric field, pre-existing of dipoles. We are not applying anything, then also we are getting some dipoles, that is called pre-existing dipoles, also we are getting it here. This is called something ferroelectricity that we are having inside of the materials that we are having. Common ferroelectric materials are crystalline materials. The crystal materials, I can say that it is nothing but mostly that we are available in our earth. It is Rochelle salts that it is available actually. So it's materials that are exhibit spontaneous electrical polarization. Just now we have seen spontaneous electrical polarization. Electric field will be already will be there inside of that. Okay, there is some dipole movement will be there. Okay, spontaneous polarization, spontaneous electrical polarization, switchable by switchable by an external electric field. So we said that without giving any bias, inside there is some polarization in there, dipole momentum is there. So he's saying that when you switch, it can be switchable by we are applying some external electric field. Okay, we are switchable by external electric field. These materials are electric analog of ferroelectric materials, and firstly it is discovered by the Rochelle salts that we are seeing it here. Sodium, potassium tetrate, we are having this one. The Rochelle salts we used to call. These are mostly that you use. There are some ready-made crystals also will be available actually. Okay. So now you can see there's some perovskite structure that we can see it here. Okay. So in this perovskite structure, this is one type of material that we are having, which is having the dipole moment without giving any
Brian 1020.
external electric field, that we are having some dipole moment inside of that. Okay, there is some dipole moment is present inside of this material. That it's some cubical structure, body centered, face centered, cubic centers that we have seen already. Is most important membrane of the perovskite family of the ferroelectric that we are having. It possesses 4 different polymeric form with different crystal structures that we are having. Cubic perovskite is only one of them that we are having actually. We said now we are having dipole moment will be there inside of that. You can see that without applying any field, we are having some dipole moment that we are having here. Okay, so barium titanide that we used to call these materials. So its spontaneous polarization is due to position of the Ba2 plus and Ti4 plus, O2 minus of ions within the unit cell. Polarization is there, spontaneous polarization without applying any electric. Dipole moments are generated due to this relative displacement that we know that. What is that? Barium titanide unit cell is a tetragonal symmetric that we have seen that at room temperature, dielectric constant for barium titanide is 5000, that very high as compared to the normal dielectric that we are having it. This is a good dielectric that I can say that, but even though that we are having some dipole moment is there inside of this. So you can see that the dielectric constant of these materials is larger than the normal dielectric materials, and ferroelectric materials are the dielectric analog of the ferroelectric materials. And we have seen most common ferroelectric materials are barium titanide that we are using, and Rochelle salts, and potassium dihydrate phosphate, and lead, zirconite and titanite. These are some different types of materials that which will be used as a ferroelectric materials inside of that. You can see that here the properties of the ferroelectric materials at here. This is the ferroelectric. This ferroelectric is there in the pyroelectrics. Okay, this ferro is there in the pyroelectrics, and this ferro and pyro is there in the piezoelectrics, and this piezo and pyro and ferroelectrics is there in the dielectrics. Now you must understand that this ferroelectric material is nothing but a dielectric material itself. Okay, the ferroelectric is nothing but a dielectric. Again, this dielectric is there in the insulator itself. We have to remember this is the properties of the ferroelectric materials that we are seeing it here. Okay, so there are some properties that you can see that transition temperature is also called as Curie temperature. All the dielectric materials are the ferromaterials. Below Curie temperature and ferromaterials are polymaterials and shows a spontaneous polarization. Below Curie temperature, pyroelectric and ferroelectric materials shows same behavior. Means up to particular temperature it is behaving like a one material. After that, when it is crossing that particular temperature, it is behaving like a another material. That's what we are seeing, that below the Curie temperature, ferroelectric materials are polar materials and shows a spontaneous polarization. So below Curie temperature, the pyroelectric, previously we have seen ferroelectric, the pyroelectric and the ferroelectric materials show the same behavior that we are having here. Okay, so if you apply electric field to this ferroelectric material, so there is some orientation. Previously we have seen the dipole is there, but when you give some external electric field, the dipole orientation will be started changing here.
Disregard.
Okay, plus is there means it will be plus is there means the negative will be attracted towards that, and where negative is there, negative side positive will be attracted to. Like that it will be changes, the dipoles will be. Complete reversal of the spontaneous polarization is called switching above Curie temperature. Before that, below Curie you have seen. Above Curie temperature, we call it as transition temperature. The material becomes
Yeah, we can't do
non-polar
that. It's
in
impossible.
Phase. This phase is called
I can, because of
para-electric
Rambo.
phases, that we can say that.
Yeah,
Okay?
but it's
So
going to
direction
take a
of this
long time.
polarization, spontaneous polarization,
Okay.
gives the crystal symmetry of materials. Okay, so these are the different dipole moment inside of that polarization and para-electric materials, and some applications that where you use these dielectrics actually. Where we use this ferroelectric materials is we can use it in the capacitors, or the non-volatile memories, or the ultrasonic imaging and actuators, and electro-optic materials, or in a thermistors and data storage applications, switches known as trans-chargers, we can see that, okay, or
Also
maybe
trespassers,
oscillators.
not
They're all dielectrics that we are using these materials, ferroelectric materials in the oscillators or filters and deflectors, light deflectors, all the places that we can use this type of materials actually. Okay, so with this I will stop it here. So I will continue the next class based on this module that we are having here. So I will complete this module in the next class. I will try to. So the next topic is
leave the
carbon
core.
nanotubes are there. So after that supercapacitance is there. With that I will stop the class from the second module, 7th module also. Okay. Anyone is having any doubts, you can ask. It's a totally theory subject. Please try to learn that what I discussed in the class, the theory part actually. Not only the PPT that we have to see, you have to see the this textbook also actually.
Brian.
Please respond to your attendance.
We honestly
One zero two zero.
just
Present, sir.
1026.
Present, sir.
1035.
Max, it's Max.
10-4.
How is it? No.
Cash.
Still a trespasser in the base?
Cash. I was shouting at the radio about the trespasser, but no one turned up.
Good, actually, you were like a busy villains.
Bro, I got shot and there were two people and one guy revived the other. And they were like coming back again.
Yeah, if you see trespassers and no one is responding or you don't have backup, just try to
Yeah, no
observe
one is
the main
responding.
barracks.
There were 2 units down. That's the best part. Not only me. There were 2 units. And I got no rescue. bad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Badal, come back.
yeah. Please do something about it. There's no immediate backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Sup, boys. Wash the cars, Vladimir.
Ah,
Wash the cars.
Lad, Mayor, we are in the situation. You can't wait.
Heal me, heal me.
Of course, of course.
Hey, baby.
You're welcome.
Vladimir, come to arena.
At the
Чего себе?
cancel. Badal, come back. You are literally in front of FIB. Let them come.
Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I got to the sound later. That was.
Radio check. Permission granted. Radio check.
Loud and freaking clear.
Thank you, Josh.
Southgate attack, Southgate attack.
Let's go to Southgate.
Let's go.
10-4 responding.
10-4 on the way before. Leave.
There's a hostage situation going on at the...
We already know.
Helicopter, please move away. You're gonna
Please
help
take it
us.
away. It's very annoying.
Who is in the project?
Send fans at me, Barracks. Help me.
Guys, trespassers in the base.
Yeah, trespassers there. Just out there.
Bro, fetch me up. Fetch me up. Thank you.
Kill me.
Hey, babe.
Trespassers on base. 2 cars.
Yumi, if you need help, just tell me. I'll be there in 30 seconds.
They're ramming. When you die?
About some 5 minutes ago.
J212
Come,
5 minutes.
come.
5 minutes.
When you
Yeah,
died?
Clear for takeoff.
5 minutes ago.
Well, okay, you wait in 15 minutes. You don't go.
Yeah, I'm not going. I just do the car to park it over there.
You're waiting, main barracks, okay?
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
on,
sure.
You and Alvay, okay? Wait
Yeah.
15 minutes and go later, okay?
Yeah. The new
There are
record.
rules.
Whee! 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 Ouch.
Crash, you are a dead man.
What happened to you? Why are you shooting at the main barracks? Why are you shooting at the green thing?
Nothing.
What? Bro, I have POV.
Don't shoot in green zone.
No, I have the POV.
Kill cat. I'm not even kidding.
Bro, I have the POV of you shooting at the green zone. Okay, I'll just report it on.
Okay. Are they shooting?
No, he was shooting at the green zone. Just the guy in the green uniform.
Abe shooting green zone.
No, not Abe. The guy in the green suit.
Okay. Take POV and go.
I'll send you. I'll send you the POV.
your-
I'm streaming
Okay,
on
okay.
YouTube. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
You can go to the timeline.
Okay.
Andre!
So I killed him.
Run, can you go away?
Bro, what has happened?
Alex is retarded.
Yeah, Alex is retarded.
That's what's happening.
Oh, he was shooting at the green zone. I have the POV.
What?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, he was shooting at the green zone. I have the POV.
Nah, man, we're not gonna report each other, man, on forums. You can show it to, like, someone, like, from MG, but don't report it on forums when we're not reporting each other.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
okay.
the green
No,
zone.
I'm not gonna tell anyone. Let it be with you. Just informing you. I'll do what you say.
This is not the green zone anyway. It's not the green zone.
Hey, but I have a doubt.
No.
I did the same thing a few days back. I used a sniper from there and I shoot you and I shot the tires, but you gave me a permanent spike. But this guy you just left.
Hey, stop it.
Wait, Zen, that's you.
Yes.
Listen, but you were like shooting inside here.
Yeah, but even right now he was shooting in the green zone and here. And
but this is not the green zone. The green zone is basically when it shows up on your right.
No, I have the POV. You were shooting inside. I had the POV. I can show you even. If you want, I can share you the link. I'm streaming on YouTube.
But listen. The problem is.
Andre, why you
Andre, where are you going? The problem is, you were off duty, you had a sniper and you were in the mountains and shooting. Like, that's a bit. And for Alex, he was just like joking around, and it was at me, so I'm allowing it.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. If he was on the mountains and off duty and shooting with a sniper at us, that's a strike. Like that's basically a strike.
Oh, okay.
But if it's just like a joke and I already see him, I already know that it's him, and I've already like punched him once, then yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Anyway, Andrew.
Guys, we are green zone.
Why did we shoot him? We could have come
Next
there.
time it's a strike.
Man,
Don't shoot in the green
we are
grass.
in green zone. Why are you shooting?
Don't shoot in the
Bro,
green grass. Next time it's a strike. That's it.
Bro, 1 second. I was standing outside on the road.
Run here in my head.
Everybody from the Chumach Pier are allowed back to base.
I was outside. I was off the green grass.
Everyone at the pier, get back to your chopper.
Right, 10:20.
Come to arena.
Pick me, chopper.
What are the 10 things for?
There's a trespasser inside the base was around the
Blood, it wasn't for you. I was talking about the units who are on the pier.
What's there to read?
SSD can go, please. Sorry for the confusion.
10-4.
You are so shit.
guys, I'm leaving it. Guys, bye. Bye.
Badal, come back.
I am in jail because of wrong name.
Brian.
10-5.
Brian.
What?
Bro, I'm fed up. I'm done. I get. Where are you going? Stop. Brian. I keep telling there's a 10.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I keep saying that there is a trespasser
Yeah, I
inside the
can
base,
hear you
but
now
no
what
one.
you're saying.
Yeah, but I keep saying that there's a trespasser inside the base, but
Trespass was still in base.
He wants to leave NG, Brian.
Well, I don't have the power to kick you, so you
bro,
have to wait for
no,
me.
no problem. I was joking, but there's a trespasser inside the base, and I keep shouting for like 10 times, and no one is responding. That
10-20 of the
that guy
10-14.
shot me for like 3 times, and I'm
No, look
literally
at the edges. They are helping you. Like, they are
what,
shooting the trespasser, they are after the trespasser, don't worry.
bro? They shot me like 3 times, and it's my 3rd time I'm having
Stop,
the
stop.
battery.
Yeah, okay, guys, stop. Listen, yeah, sometimes it's taking time, but now you can see like they're going after the
306
trespasser.
to ATC.
Just wait here
178, requesting permission to land at the Passport
on
Port.
the main barracks for 50 minutes, you know.
Yes, please catch it. I just want to just focus.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Catch me up. Thank you.
Hey, baby.
Common, okay.
Hello friends, radio check.
Loud and
Hello
clear.
there.
Reconnect, please come out.
Boys, wait for me if you come to the arena.
Spike at the north gate. Who has the spike at the north gate? Who has the spike at north gate?
I think it's blood.
I don't know.
I think it's blood.
It's wrong.
Tommy, my spike is at the south gate.
Oh.
It's like
My spike is at south gate.
it's like very wrong, very wrong. It's not even in the line.
The spike in the south gate or in the north gate?
In the
North
north
gate.
North
No, mine is at south gate, I'm saying.
10-4.
Rick, can you get out? Make a 4v4, not 4 people.
Is SSG training right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm also coming. Where are you guys at, Arena?
Yes. What the fuck is the password?
Bro, do you know how to join SASD?
What?
Do you know how to join SASD?
Oh, sorry, I don't know about that. How to join.
Yeah, okay, no. Spikes. We were a spy. Oh. Oh.
What the hell? We are not even up the strikes and the tire got lost.
Yeah, it's that it has some radius where you still get pop.
Come to the
SSG,
basket.
please move to the SSG chopper.
Come back.
Every unit come to the basketball.
Hey, Alex.
Every unit to please come at the basketball court to respond to global. We're leaving in a minute.
Alex?
Yeah.
You
2
are
units at
advanced
gate and
pilot?
accept other units.
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
I'm advanced pilot. Yes, I'm sure about that.
Any letter leaving in.
Coming.
Alex, are you the advanced pilot?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. Good.
And I will leaving in 1 minute.
Is there any other unit to respond?
Coming.
Then 4, we are coming.
Okay. So you take. I'll take the buzzer. Alex, take off. Alex, take off. We only have one space. I'll take them to the buzzer.
Southgate, half copy.
We are waiting for the units to respond to global. Please come.
Southgate, half copy. Southgate is empty.
Alex, your ping is so high. I guess.
I know that.
Yeah, I can barely see it.
I'm not having a data.
Okay.
Bro, Alex, your name is not even in the roster. Tell Bob to update roster.
Ready, check.
Loud and clear.
SSD, go on the little dock. I'm gonna tell you when to shoot.
Watch out, watch out.
Yo.
Someone bring APC.
Flat map 1020.
We are currently at the global, guys.
Oh my god, these are my family.
Reaper, by the way, very nice spike at Southgate. Excuse me. Can
Thank
you
you.
speak with him?
Yeah,
Douglas.
the tigers are really enjoying it.
Hey, this is my family.
What's happened?
These people, they are from my family.
I don't care.
Oh shit.
Okay, what's up?
Douglas.
Right, Rick, by the way, did you take care of your spike in the north gate?
Yeah. It wasn't mine. I know how
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna swim. I'm actually allergic to water. I never took
Okay,
it to the
sir.
ground. I don't, but
Someone
you know,
bring
I
VPC
stink
here.
a little.
We need it.
Oh my buzz ho gaya.
Alright. I don't want the time actually, so I would like to take the 100k in my pocket, please, cause otherwise we're gonna cut his finger off. Like, what?
Do we have anyone bringing
Hey, buddy!
VPC?
I am the one with the hostage. You're gonna have to listen to me. And to be honest, look your left eye.
What
to
are
be
you talking about,
Just look at your
Alex?
left eye.
Brad is deploying the APC chip.
Alex.
You see on your left eye, sir?
That's me, I'm all
They are trying to flank. They are trying to flank on us.
So, by the way, let me just tell you one thing, officer. If any of your boys try to flank from right or left, I'm gonna cut his finger off, alright?
Oh, you guys
They don't have hostage, they don't have hostage.
LOL. Supplementary zone.
Hold fire, hold fire, hold fire, hold fire, hold fire.
Okay, sir, I'll be patching you up. First, I'll be cuffing you. Don't worry.
Did your hostage jump into the water?
Hostage jump in water.
Their hostage disappeared.
10-4.
He jumped into the water actually.
Okay, sir, I just cuffed you. I'll be healing you up.
With team hostages.
Hey, FIB, can you patch this guy up? FIB.
Everyone back to another to remove your barricades as well.
Yeah, can you patch this guy up?
I have someone in my head. I'm gonna patch you. Please.
God, it's a struggle and a half to get you over here in the water. Jesus.
Do you want
Let's go back to choppers. Let's move back
Hey,
to base,
Lucifer.
Okay, please follow me.
It's you, man.
Okay, please follow. I'm gonna travel by now.
What up, my man?
What on it?
Yes, I can.
PD? Okay.
Phantom, do you put in the buzzer?
Yes, I am in the budget with me.
Come on, space, come on. Ron, get out. It's SSD chopper. You go with
Take the other units to...
Where is
I
the
am going to
SSD?
pick up cash flow.
Ron.
Yes.
Can you take the
Man, this is SSD chopper.
Guys, buzzer, please land.
What?
I need to come in the buzzer.
This is SSD chopper.
Bro, all the other... Okay.
We have one at the hill, the annihilator. We have one at the hill, the annihilator. Can you please come down to the SSD chopper?
Yes, please at the base.
Mark the base. I don't remember. Thank you.
I am here.
What the heck was that? They didn't have the hostage, man.
The hostage jumped in the water.
What the heck?
And they only have one hostage. I mean, look at this, confidence. They can get away with one hostage. At least have two. One for money and one for getaway. Idiot.
They were from my family.
137 requesting permission to land at the Moscow port.
Permission granted. ATC to last. Go ahead.
You are not HQ.
Guys,
Yeah,
they
but
were.
Tuna gave me the permission.
Now Tuna is not in
told me.
origin now. Tuna is not in origin.
Tuna left out. He told me if I am not, then you can take the high command.
What's the DT? Everyone is coming.
What the heck? Tuna just told me yesterday.
Oh, he
ever
is
I'm not
coming.
in the city.
I am coming after the drop.
So he's still in the place.
अबे आगे लैंड करना थोड़ा.
मैं अभी जाऊंगा ना रुकना. 306 to ATC requesting permission to take off from Moscow Court. Pick up. Cash, can you drop a looper, please?
10-4. I can't. I need to wait 5 minutes.
No problem. I'll just go there.
Go to the place where the oil platforms are.
J2183 is requesting landing at the basketball court.
ATC, please fill the logs, okay?
Can you update the roster?
Did block man. Bob, what's your 1020?
Please move it down, no skate, it's blocking the gate.
Phantom, what's your ETA?
Okay, guys.
Yes,
Hey, I'm on. Oh my god.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the place. You know, the place we were in when
Yes,
we were
yes.
in the
Okay,
training.
you wait here, okay? Don't go
Yes,
anywhere.
yes. Bro, I'm having
Wrong.
my college classes on.
You waiting here? No, don't go anywhere, okay?
Okay.
And remove your mask.
No.
Okay.
We were training in a place where there is like.
Me, I work at NG. Don't shoot me.
The place we were in. When
Remove your
actually
balaclava, okay?
city.
Yeah.
You don't take, you don't give
Close to
any
the oil platform.
inside, okay? Just any special things to
Okay.
take it, okay?
Sure.
Actually, there is 5
I'm
minutes.
going north gate.
What is the local for?
Pick up.
It's for the pickup.
I'm going. I'm clear.
Okay.
Get her copy. South Gate, her copy.
Good copy.
How many units?
306 to ATC 137 requesting permission to land at the passport coach.
I see that question.
10-4.
Not get her copy.
Good copy.
How many units?
2 units.
3 or 2?
I see 2.
Alright.
No. Correct.
Let me know when you're free for advanced pilot training.
Okay.
You are only here?
No, there was another guy. He just left as you came in.
Only you are here, right?
Yeah, now I'm here.
Martin, how copy?
A guy just left as you came inside.
At the basketball court, we're going to the global.
Yes. How many globals, my god?
Of course.
I am Martin.
Any more ACSD coming to the chopper?
We have other annihilator 2 guys. There's a unit.
Who is taking the buzzard?
Rick, Douglas,
Let
Ben, please come out. Rick, Douglas, Ben.
Yeah, me please email.
Phantom, you can take off.
I'm on my way to the basketball.
Taking off.
10-4 waiting in the buzzard. Come fast.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Phantom, roadster update हो गया मेरा.
10-5.
Bro, where are you landing? No, not there.
अरे रुकना, मेरे को पता है भाई, स्काउट करना होता है.
Bro, just drop me in front. I'll get out.
रुकना 1 मिनट तू, मुझे भी होना है. रुक.
अरे कहाँ जा रहे हैं भाई? भाई मैं पैराशूट से
हाँ भाई, क्या है बता, क्या है? स्काउट कर लूँ 2 मिनट.
एक मिनट मैं I'll jump.
It's not allowed. It's not allowed. Who's the guy who jumped?
Guys, Martin, just go and land.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I was just scouting the area.
Actually, wait a sec. Let me make sure I don't have the license as well.
Oh fuck, I didn't call.
Wow, I need health insurance.
Oh, sorry. I thought you
My barrage! Oh my.
Hey, baby. Hey, babe.
Yumi.
Yes, Ron?
Can you take me back to the global? I fell from the chopper.
Did you die?
Yes.
You cannot go back. Something called new life rule. OC speaking.
Oh my God.
That's basic things.
Yeah, I fell from the chopper while landing.
Guys, everyone go to gates.
Ron, how copy?
Good copy.
Listen, even if we have global, okay, we need units and gates.
Hey, baby.
Ron, meet me at Southgate.
I'm in Southgate.
Alright, good. And Northgate, I'll copy.
Good copy.
Alright, great. Nick, can you stop for a second, please?
Ron, you meet me after the hostage situation.
Patch me up, please. Patch me up. Patch me up.
Ray never does recruits. It's either me who does recruits. Just VC.
Let's roll us from global. Situation is the 99.
Guys, wait, I need pick up.
Lucifer, come back to SS, reach off.
Import.
What the fuck?
Right, no problem.
Yes, you know. But
Later is taking off.
Be careful, SASD.
Who
Do
is
you need a help?
crashing that?
Bob, I cannot come to pick you.
Yeah, I'm following.
Wait, we need a repair.
SASD, do you need a repair? I have it.
All good, we good. Turn off the
One
engine
four.
of the SASD chopper.
Budget waiting for you guys.
Just be careful.
J213 TC138 is requesting landing at basketball court.
HC to that machine ground.
D05 to ATC 137 requesting permission to land near the basketball court.
HC to that machine ground.
Ron, how many take air?
Yes. I
How
was
many
here.
take air?
Yeah, 250. Just
Why take 2 air?
by mistake. I fell from the chopper right now, so I thought I lost the air.
Okay, go to armory, okay.
Okay.
Just one take, the other give it. And come back here, okay? Let's go.
Bob, what's your 1020?
Currently in the city getting my licenses.
Okay. Please tell me when you're free.
Okay, so what do you do with the body armor if it's slightly broken?
Can we have a car wash, please?
Can we please have a spike at North Gate? There is no spike there.
10-4.
science or technology, biomedical imaging and all. So they don't know that when building blocks are something is symmetry is following. So that's why the crystals are also having the symmetry, because let us take consider a construction of any wall. So and in the construction, if you see, um, uh, so the bricks are arranged in a symmetric pattern, right? So one after the other, right? So in this way they arrange they arrange the bricks or in some certain pattern they maintain. So then only you can make a beautiful wall or any construction you can make it. So on the other hand, if I am making one brick here, and one more brick here, so here like this, can I make a symmetrical wall here as a rectangular shape? Can I make it if I'm putting like this way in a random positions of these bricks? Can I make a wall?
Why is this spiking out from
Can I make a wall or not if I'm putting in a random position bricks instead of arranging in a systematic order and filling that one as a cement and all?
Anyway,
I can't make like this, right? Can you make, or is it sustainable in this way? It immediately falls down, isn't it? So here if you see the construction here, how these bricks are arranged here to make a one symmetric wall here. So in the same way, if you see the overall structure of any crystal, so here the crystal lattice are repeated units are systematically arranged one another here. So here unit cell, so this is the unit cell which is a repetitive unit, and this is systematically one after the other they are arranged in a particular spaces, and the space between the one atom to other atom, if you see, they are constant. If it is a centimeter, a angstroms, so in the next unit cell also, the distance between the one atom and the other atom is a angstroms. So and here also it will be a armstrong. If it is a B, the height is B here, and everywhere you maintain the same B here. So then only you can get a symmetrical crystal structure you get here in this case. Do you get what I am saying? Why it is
Cash coming, please.
what is the origin of this symmetry in crystals? Do you get it? Do you get it? So in this unit cell, if I am taking one unit cell is like this, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and other unit cell is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeters like this. Can I make a symmetric structure out of these two with different geometry? Can I make it or not? Give some answer here. Can you make it in a symmetrical structure with a different dimensions? Here is the example. Does it contain each unit and same dimensions or different dimensions?
Same dimensions.
Same dimensions. So then only your whole structure will be symmetrical, right? Otherwise it cannot be a symmetrical. So here in this case, whatever you have the unit cell, that is the repeating units, that is called the unit cell, and that you call it as a lattice here. So either it can be a cubic or a tetragonal or a rhombohedral or monoclinic, triclinic, hexagonal, and in that we have the subsections like primitive and base centered and body centered and face centered. Different cells, different crystal lattices are there. So you know about the sodium chloride, right? Sodium chloride is crystal or amorphous that you are using every day. A few milligrams or grams you are using in your diet, which is the most toxic. So is it is it crystal or amorphous? Is it crystal or amorphous?
Crystal only, sir.
Crystal only, right?
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes.
Do you know what is which kind of the Dravius lattice does it comes under? Body center or primitive or face center? Do you have any idea? This is body center, am I right? So where the sodium is at the center, sodium ion is center, and Cl minus are situated on the 4 diagonals of a cube. Okay. Cl minus, isn't it?
Radio check.
Sorry, I'm little wrong here. 1 minute. Here,
There is a trespasser. He's
okay,
coming at the
here
south
you can
gate.
see. Can you see here? Okay. In this way, the sodium and chloride ions are arranged in a regular distances here. Either it is a body centered or.
I think south gate.
There is no trespasser at south gate.
Hello, am I audible? Yes. Am I audible? Yeah. In between, is it hanged?
Hang for a while.
So in this way, you can tell that when using this XRD spectroscopy, you can say that whether which type of the crystal does it belong to. And before going to the dissection, we should know a little about the light phenomena. So reflection, do you know about reflection? That every day you see of your image in front of mirror, that is a reflection, am I right? So whatever you see here, and in this reflection, if the incident angle equal to reflected angle exactly matches with the, for example, it is a 45 degrees, and if it is also 45 degrees, you will get a clear image out of that. On the other hand, if the mirror is not a plane surface, or if you have any crease or any all stains, so the eye is not equal to, or you don't get the clear image of you of anything. So this type of the called this is a reflection, where it is the rays, our light is inciding on the mirror and going to the reflected at some certain angle. So if the both angles are same, then you call it as a specular reflection. You call it as when I equal to R. Right? So reflection, about the reflection, have you ever observed these kind of the two images when you are seeing?
Super guys, very good.
Have you ever observed these kind of the two splitted images of the same object?
Yeah.
Yeah, I jumped over the spike and I got.
Have you or not?
My tires popped. The first time in NG.
Yes, sir.
So for example, if you have any bucket of water or anything, and if there is some small mud is there, and if it is dipping in a water, so when it is in a bucket of water, this one, so you feel that it is a short in length. But when you take from the water, so you can see the length is somewhat higher than what it is appearing when it is in the water. So this is because of the bending of light at the surface of two mediums here. One is air and one is water here in this case. Okay,
Yes.
that phenomenon is called the diffraction.
Do you mind if I ask?
And coming to the diffraction, when the light is passing through a media, and if there is any aperture or any some small slit is coming here in this.
Yes.
Do you mind if I ask you where you
There
are
is a that you can imagine as a small split of this wavelength here. So then there will be bending of light at the edges here in this way, and at the center it is you can get the clear way you can get.
Can you please repeat?
The bending of light at the aperture or any obstacle. So it's nothing but the diffraction here.
Colonel, ask
So have you ever observed the diffraction?
Just a minute, I'll be back. Bob is calling me.
Have you ever observed?
Probably another spike.
For example, when sunlight is coming from a narrow window, okay, so you can see the light goes wider, somewhat wider in all directions, isn't it? Have you ever observed? So here you can see the light is passing here in this case. Okay, the bending of light is nothing but when it is encountered an obstacle or an opening. So that is nothing but the diffraction here. So this diffraction, if you see here at the center, you can have the maximum intensity of light, and when you are moving far away from the this one center, there is a decrease in that decrease in the light you can get here in this case, because you will get the maximum light in this path, and here in these cases you will get this somewhat less intensity you can so that maximum intensity you can see here.
Yeah, Bob.
Hang on. Let me do this. Hang on.
What up?
Ron.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, you didn't change your name in the email.
I did mention it in the email.
Okay. Second of all, what on God's earth did you think you were doing shooting into the base?
What? Sorry? Can you please be louder?
Yes. Can you remember the hostage situation the other week?
Yes, I do.
When you got a fine for like 300k or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you remember what section of the contract it was?
Yes. No.
It's section 9, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. And so, as far as I'm concerned, I need to speak to Richard, but you've just breached that contract again.
Why?
Because you jumped out of a helicopter right in front of a hostage situation.
No, I was having a headache.
Copy.
Good copy.
May I ask, who's the paratrooper commander at the moment?
Feston?
10-4.
Told you.
Yes, Bob.
Nobody knows why he is, but he is. Alright. So I'm gonna give you a strike, okay?
Again.
Like, I thought you were a new private, and I was like, well, okay, you're like, you know, whatever. But you're not new, so yeah.
Bob, I was having a headache. Why do I keep getting strikes for something which I can't?
You were not having a headache. You literally said, I'm gonna jump.
Yes, I was saying because I was having headache. I could not take the ping. It was literally like the choppers going back and it just felt it. Yeah, I do have a big
I
PC.
warned you 3 times.
Yeah, I'm having a big PC, Martin. That's why.
I don't care, but I warned you 3 times. Don't jump, please.
Okay.
And then you just said, I'm jumping.
Yes. Like, why would I commit suicide? Just asking. I don't have any
You
interest in
wouldn't, but
that. Yeah, that's because it was so irritating. I could not take it.
no, you should
I
obey the
hate.
commands, okay? You should obey the
Bro, my
pilot
PC
commands.
was
That's
bro. My PC could not take it anymore. Sorry, I could
what
not take it.
PC?
My PC. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a laptop. That's why. Mostly speaking, it's a laptop. It's so. I just could not do it. Wait, what is Bob doing? Bob. I guess he just went to give me some. Fine. One more strike. Am I good to go? Martin, can I go?
Wait, that's up to Bob.
I think he's.
I don't know. That's up to him.
If I get one more strike, then it's gone.
How many strikes do you have right now?
Already one permanent strike.
You have one strike?
Yes. And
When
I
did you get a
think
strike?
what? Because I took a sniper and I shot the tires when I was on duty like like last night. No, not the last night. Like 2 nights. I took a heavy
Oh,
sniper.
you were shooting into the green zone, right?
Yes, I did shoot into the green zone. I shot the tires a few inches away from each. Bob, I can't hear you.
Who unsuspended you?
Um, Rain. Rain suspended me. She gave me a strike, and she
Yeah.
unsuspended me.
But who unsuspended you?
It's Rain. Rain did it. I was suspended for like a day.
Rain gave you your rollback?
Yes.
Okay.
It was just a prank. I just took a sniper and shot the glasses. Oh, am I good to go?
Yeah.
Thank you. What about my strike? No, I'm not asking.
Well, if just I've got your strike. If it gets approved, then you'll be getting demotion.
If we get approved, then what happens? I already have two. I mean, it become two, right?
It'll become 2, I think. Yeah.
So if I get
yeah,
if I get 3, then am I supposed to leave the engine?
If you get 3, then you'll be fired.
Oh, that's in case if I fire, then how can I get back?
You can't. You were literally shooting at your own units from the hill. Like, I'm surprised you're still here, to be fair.
I did not kill anyone. I made sure that no one shot. I shot like few inches away from it.
Doesn't matter, you were shooting into a green zone. That's against server rules.
Yes, I thought I can shoot inside green zone once I'm on duty.
You thought you could... whatever. Okay, go back to duty.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
Moving it.
Ron,
Yes.
go away with your mice, okay? Say,
Bro, I don't think I'll be here for now. I'm going to leave NT.
I don't understand. Can you wait again?
No, I can, but I won't stay here for too long. I'm going to leave the NG.
You leave NG?
Yes, I mean.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just be here and speak to someone. Yeah.
Ron, I need help.
Yes, whatever. Yes, whatever.
Can you drop me
Where? Where?
to parking?
I'm not supposed to do. I'm not supposed to leave with base. I can take you to the inaugurated too.
I have no vehicle. Can you drop me, please?
Wait, I'll ask in the radio. Wait, I'll ask in the radio.
लूसीफर, अरे मेरे को छोड़ दो ना पार्किंग तक.
Lucifer. Lucifer, can I take him to the park? Okay.
What?
No, nothing.
Either you can vary the vary the lambda, or you can vary the angle also. You can vary. So, for example, you have the sample here, okay, and I have the XRD spectra here in this case. In the XRD, the theta angle I can vary because I don't know that the angle of in order to determine the D here, at what position it is making the diffraction. I have to rotate that one at least for the 20 to 70 degrees or 80 degrees. I need to rotate this one. So then only at some particular angles I will see the diffraction patterns of a certain angles here in this case. Or I can change the lambda. I can change the wavelength lambda, and theta I can make it constant. So incident angle I can make it constant, and I can determine the D value I can determine. So as a relationship between here and this case. So here in this case, if you see, this is the XRD spectra of a MOSP here, and you are getting a peaks corresponding to the brighter spots, or peaks corresponding to at a different angles. That is a 2 theta angle you can see here in this case. So at a different theta angles, you are getting a different planes of planes bright spots you are getting, which gives you that one what kind of the lattice it does it belongs to, depending on the peak position or peak tendency or autumn positions are there, how they are, so that you can do it in this case. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So in this case, if you see the instrument,
Hey, baby.
if you see the instrument here in this case, you can see as you are moving the sample, depending on the crystal planes, there will be brighter spot here, and that gives you the X-ray intensity, isn't it? Do you see here? wherever be the planes are matching with the diffraction angle.
Yeah.
So at that
Good speak.
at that value, you are getting a peak corresponding to that one. So
Yes.
remaining places you are not getting here in this case.
How can I help you?
So and if you
Can
see
you hear
the
me? You
if you
going
see
to
the
city?
Yes.
XRD spectroscopy here,
Okay, can you
you have a
write?
sample
Can you
strip here,
drop?
and you have a X-ray
Okay,
tube. X-ray
let
tube
me
and the
check if
sample
I have
Can you
a
drop
card.
me?
and they will go in
I
a
don't think I
particular
have
manner,
card.
either
Go to higher card.
in the wavelength they will go like
Let me
20
clock out
degrees
on the
70 degrees or anything. So detector also moves in the same position. It tells you that one whether is there any peak corresponding to the that particular angle. And using the Bragg's law, so you will come to know that one whether what is the value of the 2D sine theta value here, and that you are going to get the peaks corresponding to that one particular one you are getting here. And you have a X-ray tube as a source of X-rays, and incident beam X-ray beam before hitting the sample, and goniometer platform on that sample holes that you are calling it as a goniometer, and receiving side optics conditioning on the X-ray beam after the encountered the sample, and detector to know the number of X-rays that you have here in this case. If there is a diffraction is taking place, and if there are more than one diffracted beams are there, the intensity of incident beam increases here, and you will get a peak corresponding to that plane. So in this way, you have the XRD, and you are getting a diffraction pattern here. In this case, at which angle there is a diffraction, that angle you are getting, and if there is an increased intensity is there of a incoming scattered beam, so you reflected beam, that you are getting a higher intensity of that particular here in this case. And you know that so here you can see at that particular position, when the incident beam is hitting the atom here, so at that time the constructive interference, other things are in destructive interference, am I right? So here incoming beam is this one, and this is a reflected or diffracted beam here in this case. So when it is hitting the this molecule here, the amplitudes of these in the both same phases. So in that case you will get at particular position you will get a diffraction here in this case, and you will get a brighter spot here. Other places you will get you don't get any brighter spots because they are out of phase here. So that's why you are getting a peak corresponding to the plane wherever be the atoms are there here in this case. Okay, so here at one point it is meeting. If you see the animation of this one, so at that one point constructive interference, and other points where the ray is not hitting the atom, that is the destructive interference. And so you have the for the X-rays production, you have the cathode tube, and hitting anode is there. So you will supply the high voltage electrons here onto the anode here, and then you can produce the X-rays from this one. So when the electron is hitting the atom here, so in inner valence shells they will go out of this one, and in order to compensate this position, so outer electron shells come to this one, and while coming from the higher energy to lower energy shell, they have to release the energy as X-rays. That X-rays are used for the analysis of that. And here you can see when you have a polycrystalline sample and amorphous sample, so all these are all SiO2 only. This is also SiO2, this is also SiO2, and this is also SiO2. All are SiO2 only. This is glass, this is cristobalite, and this is quartz. All are silicon, but what is the difference that you found here in this case? What is the difference here? Main difference. Can you see a sharp peaks in this case? Here in the glass, silica glass.
Yes, sir.
Sharp peaks. Peaks, you know, no? Sharp peaks. Can you see here? Like this?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
No, sir. Yes, sir. No, you can't find any sharp peaks here because the atoms are in the amorphous solid. The atoms are arranged not in a regular pattern. So here in the polycrystalline or single crystalline, if you see, the atoms are arranged in a regular pattern here. So for example, if you see the hexagonal structure here, and this is one hexagonal here, and here also you can see the one hexagonal structure here. You can see. So wherever be the hexagonals are there, in the polycrystalline you can see the right here. So but here there is no constructive interference happens here. So that here there are no bright spots or regular pattern will not be maintained, and you don't get the interference constructive interference. So and this